I'm not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test, part 323, the law in the UK, that is on the page 126, the law in the UK part 2. On page 126, by doing leg stretching, and if you participate in the leg stretching, better set your own risk. And we're starting with the first exercise. We are bringing one leg in front with the heel onto the ground, and we're pulling the toes to us. That stretches the leg. And from time to time, we're going to contract the quad muscles. So we're starting with contraction of the quad muscles. So we already had that there are two types of law in the United Kingdom: criminal law and civil law. And criminal law is, for example, to carry a weapon. It is illegal to carry a weapon in the United Kingdom. A weapon of any kind, anything else, even a part of guns and knives, everything adapted to cause injury is not allowed to carry. So all weapons are forbidden. Guns, knives, and also anything built, modified, adapted to be a weapon is illegal. Also for self-defense. And the next thing is that drugs are forbidden. To sell, to buy, everything drugs are forbidden. Heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, cannabis, for example. So not medical drugs. Heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, and cannabis, for example. And we're releasing the contraction, but we're keeping it straight. And we're doing all these stretching exercises quite long. We have just 3, so around 5 minutes each. You can do them shorter. Racial crime. It is a criminal offense to cause harassment, alarm or distress to someone because of their religion or ethnic origin. So discrimination is illegal. To insult someone because of everything, because of their religion or their ethnic background. And we're contracting again the leg. So it is forbidden. I didn't say it at the beginning. So this is about crimes, this video. I'm going to talk about crimes all the time. And it is forbidden to insult people or harass or to alarm them. I never heard of that expression, to alarm someone. So it's forbidden to harass, alarm, distress, to insult or someone, or discriminate because of someone's religion or something else. That's anyway forbidden, to harass, alarm, distress someone. And we're releasing contraction. Discrimination is not legal. And doing that because someone's religion or because of their ethnic background is a racial crime, and that is a criminal offense. And we're contracting again the quad muscles. Selling tobacco. It is illegal to sell tobacco products, for example, cigarettes, cigars, roll-up tobacco, to anyone under the age of 18. And here I want to say again, some of these things in this book seem to be 10 years or something older. So, especially in that case here with the tobacco, so don't take that all as illegal advice anyway. They could have done some changes in the last 10 years, I don't know it, and releasing the leg again. But that's still the case, that selling tobacco, so cigarettes or cigars or roll-up tobacco or something like that, to people who are under 18 years old, that is illegal. But I just want to say, maybe there came additional laws to that, but that's still the case, as far as I know, that in the United Kingdom, selling cigarettes to people under 18 is a criminal offense. And we're contracting for last time. So, to carry a weapon is a criminal offense. Any sort of weapon. We just take it like that. If now someone wants to search now, if maybe something is legal, and so anything to cause injury. So my question would be to pepper spray or something like that, because that's not really it can't do an injury. But if they are, because I have a little problem here. I don't want to use additional sources, and I don't want to say it is completely forbidden to even have pepper spray or something. But on the other hand, I don't want to say that is because they say it is everything forbidden. I'm changing the leg. So something like that, we take it, everything is forbidden. But maybe we can search a bit specifically if we want to look with. But we just take any weapons are forbidden. Guns, knives, and everything adapted to cause injury. And we are pulling the toes, and we have switched the leg, and we're contracting the quad muscles. So carrying a weapon is illegal, or to sell heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, or cannabis, and also to insult people because of their religion or their ethnic background is also a criminal offense. And to sell cigarettes or something like that to people who are under 18 years old. Smoking in public places. It is against the law to smoke tobacco products in nearly every enclosed public place in the UK. There are signs displayed to tell you where you cannot smoke. That is a criminal offence. And we're releasing a contraction, but we're keeping with that. So smoking in public places. It is against the law to smoke tobacco products in nearly every enclosed public. What is an enclosed public space? So it is a public space, but it is enclosed. So a restaurant. But it's enclosed, but it's... I don't get it. There are signs displayed to tell you where you cannot smoke. So if you want to smoke, look around if there's somewhere a sign telling you cannot smoke, when you should not smoke, because that would be a criminal offense. So smoking where smoking is illegal is illegal. Buying alcohol. It is a criminal offense to sell alcohol to anyone who is under 18 or to buy alcohol for people who are... there's a difference. It is a criminal offense to sell alcohol to anyone under 18 or to buy alcohol for people who are under the age of 18. So you cannot give alcohol in the hands of people under 18. Either to sell them directly or to buy it and then give them. So you are not allowed to handle out alcohol to people under 18. Otherwise it would be a criminal offense. We're releasing the contraction to keeping like that. There is one exception. People aged 16 or over can drink alcohol with a meal in a hotel or restaurant. It was wine or something, or beer or something. But check it if you want, and you can also just wait till you're 18 or something like that. So there is one exception, that is on page 93. It was in pubs and bars. When people are 16, people can drink wine or beer with a meal in a hotel or restaurant or eating areas of pubs as long as they are with someone over 18. So if someone really has to do it with 16 and not 18, then they can look for an exception in some restaurants or bars or eating areas and pubs. And if they're accompanied by someone over 18, they can then drink beer or wine. Let's just say they had said the other things also just do it. And we're contracting again with what says for last time. Handling out alcohol to anyone over 18 is a criminal offense. So alcohol for people under 18, handling it out is a criminal offense. Drinking in public. Some places have alcohol-free zones where you cannot drink in public. The police can also confiscate alcohol or move young people on from public places. You can be fined or arrested. I don't really want to get too much into the details here, because it sounds a bit from the sentence structure. The next exercise, the anchor chain stability test with hauser forward, and we're pressing the leg a bit into the ground, as if it would be a bit broad described. So I don't really want to take them here completely literal. So there are alcohol-free zones, and where you cannot drink in public. So people over 18, even people over 18, cannot drink in some areas which are alcohol-free zones. And that is illegal also for adults to drink alcohol. And the police can also confiscate alcohol. Why also? Is it not self-explanatory, or what is the word? That's the logic. So the police can confiscate alcohol or move young people on from public places. That is the part which I don't understand. And we're releasing contraction a bit with the giving like that. You can be fined or arrested. So if you drink alcohol in alcohol-free zones in the public, then you maybe have to pay money, or you can also be arrested. Move young people on from What does it mean? Move young people on from public places. Here I have a suspicion that it is not meant literally. We're pressing the leg into the ground, because in a way it would be discrimination if young people are moved on from public places. Maybe that has something to do with larger groups of people partying together and consuming maybe alcohol. I don't really get it. And also move on, but it is not arrested, so that they have to move on. I don't want to get into details. There are certainly 100 different laws who saying which people can accumulate and protest and demonstrate. And that is a very complex thing. And so it just take the police can... No, we cannot take anything from that. We can take something else. Drinking alcohol in alcohol-free zones is illegal. And, I don't know what it says. This list does not include all crimes. There are many that apply in most countries, such as murder, theft, and assault. You can find out more about types of crimes in the UK. So this were 5-6 examples of laws, which I think we listed them because they differ from different countries quite a lot. I'm changing the leg. The other leg to the outside with 1000 pointing forward and we're pressing it a bit into the ground. Maybe because of that, because these are crimes which people maybe actually don't know that they are illegal and they are different in other countries. Maybe they have listed this because of it. There are many, many, many more crimes which are forbidden. And many of the crimes which are forbidden in other countries are also forbidden in the United Kingdom. Murder, theft, assault, and also all sorts of that is all forbidden, very harshly. And you can find out more about types of crime at www.gov.uk. So this list does not include all crimes. There are way more things forbidden. Very many, very serious things like murder or assault, and also other types of crimes like bureaucratic crimes, taxation crimes and stuff like that, or we had with the TV license. So there are many other things. These are basically things of the everyday life, which are differently in other countries sometimes. And we're releasing projection which I have to give you later. So carry a weapon. There are other countries where the laws are different. So carry a weapon is illegal in the United Kingdom. Or drugs. Heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, cannabis are illegal in the United Kingdom. Also to insult people because of a religion or ethnic background, or to sell tobacco to people under 18, to smoke in places where it is forbidden. Smoking in public places. It is against the law to smoke tobacco products in nearly every enclosed public place in the UK. There are signs displayed to tell you where you cannot smoke. So smoking seems to be, as I read it, is not forbidden in the public. But in many of the enclosed public spaces, I think with restaurants or something like that, and we're pressing again black into the ground, where it is forbidden, and if there's a sign, then it is forbidden. And also to sell alcohol to people under 18, or to give it to under 18, and also to drink in alcohol-free areas. So these are all crimes which might be differently in other countries. There are many other things in the United Kingdom which are illegal. And for example, murder, theft, assault, and so on. And more about types of crime can be found at www.gov.uk. Then there are civil laws. Housing law. This includes disputes between landlords and tenants over issues such as repairs and eviction. So there is the civil law, and that is used to settle disputes between individuals or groups. We're having the leg at the outside. We're flexing your foot, and we're bringing it up and again down, the hydraulic cartridge. So in the United Kingdom, there's criminal law and civil law. And criminal law are carrying a weapon, selling drugs, racial crime, tobacco, buying alcohol, or drinking in public places where it is forbidden, and probably also things like murder, theft, and assault. And when there are civil laws, they are about disputes between landlords and tenants over issues such as repairs and eviction. Maybe we're going to get into other places more in detail how that one works. Maybe not. So there are other types of laws. There are two types of laws, and the other types of laws are for disputes between people. For example, if something should be repaired and the landlord doesn't repair it, and how we call tenants? The people who are renting say that has to be repaired, so it's a dispute. That is civil law. Or consumer rights. An example of this is a dispute about faulty goods or services. So I think if someone has bought something and that turned out to be not properly, and we're changing the length, we don't have that much time with the other leg to the side, flex foot, and we're bringing it up and again down. Or employment law. These cases include disputes over wages and cases of unfair dismissal or discrimination in the workplace. Why is discrimination in the workplace just civil law? So employment versus, maybe they have to formulate it too broadly. Because if it would be a racial crime, religion or ethnic origin, so I think these things are a bit broader. But employment law, so there are things about wages and how much money is paid on the workplace and something like that. This is civil law. Or debt. People might be taken to court if they owe money to someone. So if people are in debt. I don't think this is not enough for legal advice, and this is not really enough to really get into laws. It's just a little overview. So that was the law in the UK, what we have written here. Maybe we're going to get somewhere else a bit more. We have the next thing with the police and their duties. Now we're going to go to the butterfly stretch, and that is it when you can hold the butterfly stretch a little longer. I don't have enough time to do it. So that was the laundry, okay? Maybe we're going to do it again, but I don't know, because we don't want to have a red film in the brain, because it's by far not all. So the butterfly stitch, there's also the feet together, we're sitting tall up, and we're leaning in front. You can hold this butterfly stitch for half a minute or a minute. I thank you very much, and until the next time.